Trav, will you see if this stuff in the dryer is dry?
Yeah.
I just went there and took it down.
Then why don't you restart it?
Was it?
It's damp. You have to restart it.
What?
Travis is trying to tell you all that Lily's cat is for sale.
Yeah.
It's not. He hates that cat. She's
50
really not that bad.
She has gotten so bad, you guys. She pees on
She's
everything.
worth $2 million.
She is not worth.
50 cents.
I will pay you $2 million.
You will?
Just kidding. No.
Will you pay me $20?
I meant like for somebody to take the cat. Like I'll give you
have
money
give
to take the cat.
me
I'm scared to drink
3
this.
cats and 2.
So the baby busted my lip open this morning. And I really want to drink this tea. I'm trying my regular peppermint bag of tea plus these detox teas that I picked up yesterday that I showed y'all. I threw one of those in there with it too. But I'm kind of afraid because even like rinsing my mouth out after I brushed my teeth this morning, it was like super, super tender. So I'm kind of scared to drink something hot. That's still really hot. Oh, a little bit. I'm going to set my cup here with the lid off and let it cool off a smidgen. A smidgen. It's a little, it's like a little less. Please.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome to our Tuesday. We have a sick chicken, Mary Jane, who is one of our original chickens we got, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
She had a broken leg a few months ago. That's totally healed up. And she's just been acting weird lately.
Well,
I haven't
she
been able to
kinda
quite
lives.
figure it out. And then Lily goes out there this morning and she was just like standing still. So I don't know.
On top of the bowl.
Yeah, on top of the bowl of food. It was really, really weird. It was very strange. We're not quite too sure what's wrong with her. Her comb and face and stuff looked a little pale, so we've given her some
What is it? The
Vet RX and electrolytes and things like that. Just some extra chickeny type health things to see if do you want to go check on her? See if she's still doing it? So anyways, to see if we can get her. We got her moving around a little bit, so hopefully something will happen. Also, update on my 7 dresses for 7 days. So I shared last year I switched like my spring summer wardrobe especially to being 7 dresses for the 7 days of the week is kind of just what I ended up with. So this year I tried to do it over winter time, but I ended up getting a few just like sweaters that I really love that I'd wear like jeans underneath. So I kind of did like a mixture over winter time, but I had pulled out my dresses that I had saved and just collected, been gifted from friends and just gotten thrift stores and things like that. So I pulled out my dresses to pick out my 7 for spring with a few that I had saved to like switch out come summertime. But I've noticed over the past few weeks that, what's the matter? Travis, can you please help with whatever this debacle is that's happening that the 2-year-old is trying to work out? She's so whiny today, you guys. It's been a heck of a morning. I've noticed though over the past few weeks with my dresses that I picked, which I shared a while back, a few weeks ago when I did it, is that a few of the dresses I've gotten and been gifted, they're really, really nice, which is amazing and fantastic, obviously. But I'm noticing that on the day in and day out, I don't want to wear them because I'm going to be gardening or cleaning or just working and doing something that isn't like, I don't want to be messing up the dress.
Your face looks more pale than it was earlier.
Looks more pale?
Yes. It's like getting red then pale, red then pale, red then pale.
Okay. We'll go out in a minute and check on her. Because I got to turn on the filter for the pool too.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, the dresses, like, they're great quality and I'm sure they would hold up to quite a good deal. But I don't know. I don't want to be getting them all messed up when I'm doing, just normal life stuff. And so I'm thinking a slight adjustment to my 7 dresses for 7 days is I'm thinking that I might keep, I think there's 3 or 4 that are kind of that nicer one that I might go ahead and keep, especially like Sunday for church and, special things or days when I know that I'm just sitting around and, doing things that aren't, I don't know. But I'm not going to be giving them all messed up. So I think I might have put, 3 to 4 to the side as like my Sunday's best type of a thing. And then maybe incorporate 2, possibly 3 dresses to replace them to be my 7 dresses for 7 days. Like I can be wearing every day, cleaning, gardening, like doing all the things. It's not that big of a deal. Enter what I am wearing today, which I will have to get a better glimpse of because you probably can't see it very well. What did Trav do?
He's playing something.
Well, you guys go figure it out. Go tell him what you want. There's a debacle. Story of our life. I ran into Walmart yesterday to pick up, I don't remember what. I had to go to the store to get something, milk or something we were out of. And I grabbed those teas. That's what I did. It's all coming back to me, guys. Anyways, I saw these dresses. And let me see if I pull it back. I don't know if we can get to it. They're just these kind of like shift-D type, thin, loose material. They have pockets, which is super exciting. I thought it would be kind of clingy, which made me nervous for like the areas that I don't want material clinging onto, but they're not. They're like really loose and wavy, which I love. And for me to find something long enough is really hard, but this comes at my knees. I usually like to be a little bit past my knees, but I get what I get. I just got a medium, and they're very stretchy, lightweight fabric. They were $9.96, and I kind of love this dress. It does have just the thick strap here, so we live in the Southeast. Being sleeveless is totally fine for me most of the time because it gets ridiculously hot. But then on cooler days, like today's a little bit cooler, I can put a little cardigan over it and be good that way too. I put this on and tried it on today because I didn't try it on in the store or anything. And I kind of love it. So I told my husband, I was like, there was an all black one because you guys know I basically live in a wardrobe of black. And then there was like a dark green that I really like too. So I was like, I might get a couple of these to kind of, these are great kind of do everything, cleaning, doing whatever, multi-purpose, I feel, dresses that work for me. You okay? Yeah, you like it? So I might go ahead and kind of swap that. Listen to me talk, fantastic. I might swap a couple of my like really nice dresses that I absolutely love, but I love them so much I don't want to be out like gardening and cleaning and doing stuff in them with a couple of these. And Walmart is not my favorite on like pretty much all accounts, but the dress, I have one other dress, like a shift dress. It has like low cap sleeves, and it has pockets too, that I got from Walmart last year. I kept in my wardrobe. So I had it last spring and summer. I kept it in my wardrobe during the fall and winter and just layered stuff under it. And I still have it in my stuff now. So I have worn that shift dress like a bajillion times, and it's held together. I mean, it's in great shape. There's no pilling on the fabric. I love it, and I use it all the time. So I love my kind of more like vintage styled kind of fit and flare type dresses. They're my favorite. I love them. But for like normal daily cleaning stuff, this kind of more of a like loose shift dress is totally my jam. So that's my spiel on my wardrobe that clearly you needed to know all about. But I try to stick, like I've shared with you guys, to a very minimalist, simple wardrobe, kind of that mom uniform. And so doing the simplified dresses for me has just worked so well. But I have added in a couple little pieces because, again, I think a lot of it is focusing on the heart of the issue and why are you storing up so many things? Why are you holding on to so much stuff? Lily, I think your chicken's at the window. I don't know if you guys can see, but in that window moving around right there, that's Mitchell. And Mitchell busts through the gate to get up to the window to try to get Lily to go out and snuggle her. Because Lily goes out and she puts the chickens on her lap and she rocks them and she loves on them. And Mitchell, yeah. You bring in the chicken in the house. Bring us Mitchell. Hi, Mitchell. What are you doing? Besides being a crazy chicken. Do you need to be snuggled? All right, you and your sister's already out there. Go sit on the swing and rock the chicken. But anyways, when we add stuff to it, I figured I would share. So sometimes, it's good sometimes you got to mix it up, change the plan a little bit. So that's my exciting news that I've rambled on about for 10 minutes. So good morning, guys. Hello. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. So Mitchell's like mad that she doesn't want to.
One Chi-Chi's enough. Okay, did you hear Budge? She said okay. It's like, if you're sure.
What? Did she pick on you? Nope. There's Lego piece from the thing that came yesterday. What did she do to you?
No.
Yeah? Check the Chi-Chi out, bud. Say bye-bye. Bye. Like that, okay? Now make sure to put your tail feather. That. You don't want to scare the tail Let the chickens out. No.
No escape.
No, stop. Let the chickens out.
Say no escape. You're in Bumby's
Okay.
fun zone.
Chi-Chi. You're really. That's not you.
She's like, I give up. I changed my mind. I don't want to bust into the gate.
But you're hurting the Chi-Chi. Okay, give the Chi-Chi a hug. No. Oh, Mom.
What's up?
One time her Bun's pool was flipped over and the Chi-Chi went under it went under the pool. So Bun lifted up the pool, grabbed the Chi-Chi by the leg.
Oh, gosh.
And yelled, "Bad Chi-Chi."
Oh, no.
Don't."
You
That's literally
disciplining your chickens?
Yes, that's what she did.
Are you a good chicken mama?
Yeah.
See, she reads in scripture. She knows those passages. A mother must discipline her children.
Not that.
It is important.
hard.
Oh, careful.
Not by
Careful.
grabbing their arms, I guess. I don't know. Not by grabbing their wings and.
She's trying her best.
Okay.
Dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for today, Father, and thank you so much for each other. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to read from your word together. Help us understand what we read. Help us use it and apply it. Bless today, let your will be done, and come get us soon. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen. For this, O Lord, I will praise you among the nations. I will sing praises to your name. I give great victories to your king. You show unfailing love to your anointed, to David and his descendants forever.
Wow. Amen.
Dear Lord Jesus, thank you again for your word this morning, Father. Thank you for everything that you give to us in it. Please lead and guide and bless the rest of today. Let your will be done throughout it, Father, and come meet us all soon. We love you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay.
I shared in yesterday's video about getting some more rosemary because this is from one of the sprigs that I had gotten from a mother of the bride of a wedding I did last year, I think. And anyways, all of the work and everything that I did, and this is all the growth I've gotten out of that poor little rosemary. So these are from the pots that I got from just Walmart. Zoe, our puppy, just dug this one up already. Everything's kind of a mess. All of that grass I laid out basically did nothing. It like came up like it was going to do something and then did nothing, which I'm really not happy about. The plan is this, we've got to secure this up here and then make a little gate area to come in and out of, and our little area up here to try to keep Olivia fenced in. But I would like to kind of clear a little area here around the patio that I could have to plant a few things. It's probably just going to be a couple clusters of things planted since obviously kids are constantly running through here. And then I'll probably just put like a cheap little fence of some sort kind of around the little areas that I do plant a little something to try to protect them. So I did a rosemary bush on each side. This was my jasmine plant that I don't think is coming back. You guys know me, I will hold on to plants for forever to try to get them to come back. Like this fern that is so sad and pathetic. It used to be so lush and beautiful. And then we got a night of frost I wasn't expecting and it got it. So I hold on to things and I try to give them all opportunity of coming back to life, my little plant babies. I don't know if this jasmine's going to. So if the jasmine doesn't, I'm sure I will find myself a clearance plant at Lowe's that will go there. My plants, you guys, are pretty much always clearance plants. So I will probably maybe even plant like the peonies in between here, or something, and then put like a little fencing and mulch action going in here to try to clear some of this up. And then hopefully grass will eventually grow. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at my rose bush here that I got last year. I've got one little bloom. How exciting is that? That's so pretty. I've got a bunch of little buds coming up. Look at all the buds up here. There was supposed to be a matching one of these over there where her car is, but my brother ran it over with a lawnmower last year, so it never came back. But yeah, I thought that was funny. So here's the other rosemary here, which these things usually grow pretty quick, so hopefully we'll get a nice little rosemary bush going here, and it just smells so good. Hopefully sitting in this hammock chair doesn't make you guys like nauseous watching this when it moves around, because yeah, I basically want to find a way to do everything I possibly can from this seat. Oh, my lip is so sore. So finishing up my tea, that detox tea I got mixed with my peppermint tea, you guys, is really good. And I did notice, I thought it was kind of interesting. I like drinking coffee. Like I said, though, I've never been somebody who like had to have it and was like super all about it. I've gone through long periods of my life where I just don't drink it at all. And I had done that for a long time. And then I actually was at the Biltmore Estate, which I don't know if any of you are familiar with that, but it's the world's largest residential home. It's a beautiful, huge, I mean, the history behind it is super cool and all that, whatever. It just, the excess, it's crazy, but the architectural part of it, which I love architecture, it's a super amazing. Anyways, it's up in Asheville, a little ways away from us, and we used to do weddings there all the time. And Biltmore is known for most all of their food is like farm fresh, produced right there, and it is just, it's top notch. It's so good, you guys. And I was there doing a tasting with a couple, and after they served us this platter of like desserts to try, and I'm telling you guys, fancy, so nice. They did coffee, and I was like, you know what? I haven't drank coffee in like a year, but of course I want a cup from Biltmore. And then I just missed it, and I got totally back on the coffee train. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this whole story. Anyways, so I switched back over and I started drinking my tea in the morning. Ow, you're making us fall. Instead of having coffee. And then this weekend I went ahead and drank some coffee because I was making it for our son. And I was like, you know what? I really miss just like the refreshing feeling of drinking tea in the morning. So I am happily switched over. And peppermint tea, I do it with a black tea. It's got a little bit of caffeine, so it gives you a little bit of something, but again, if we're having to be completely dependent on caffeine, then there's a bigger issue there that you need to be addressing. We might want to do that instead of just masking our problems and being addicted to a substance. Just my 2 cents. So I'm totally enjoying my tea. I made that shake yesterday, and you guys, I felt like it filled me up for so long. It was so stinking good. Like, I cannot wait. So drinking the tea in the morning, I think I might be able to get back into my intermittent fasting window. Maybe a slightly larger window, because I'm trying to rebalance my hormones and really just work on, I've got to heal some health stuff within me because I got some issues. So I need to get a hold of them, because if mama's going to be sick and not taken care of, then I can't take care of anyone else. So I'm not being a very good servant to my family if I'm not taken care of and able to do the things that need to happen. So I have been really upping some vitamins and things. I think my tea in the morning is a big help, helping to detox my liver, lots of dandelion teas and things like that. But I made that protein powder, vitamin, nutrient, probiotic, whatever shake, whatever you want to call it, yesterday, and put some fresh berries and soy milk and some flaxseed in it. It was so good. It was fantastic. I did realize later in the afternoon, though, that one of our most dearest families, they're so sweet and so kind to us, they are the sweetest, ordered us pizza for lunch, because pizza is my family's favorite food, bar none. And when it got here, I was on the computer trying to take care of some work and help my husband figure out some things. We had some financial issues we were trying to deal with. And he brought me down my pizza and sat it there, and I just started eating and doing it. And it wasn't until hours later, like at dinner time, that I was like, I think I've done pretty good with the whole no dairy, no sugar, no wheat. I only had the shake and my tea this morning. And pizza. I totally ate pizza. But I thought it was pretty funny that I totally did not realize that I did it until hours and hours later. So technically goofed up a little bit yesterday, but that's okay. It's no big deal. This morning my head is not pounding quite so much, slightly a little bit, but not so much. My face hurts because the baby busted my lip open this morning, but yeah, I think I am going to be okay to get into my intermittent fasting window. I'm going to make my shake in there in a little while. And then I have just been kind of adjusting our, my plan is to kind of adjust our dinner menu items to not include the things that I'm trying to stay away from. So that's my simple update. What are you doing? You dropped that right on your foot, didn't you? It is. Yeah, the pool is getting pretty warm. All right, crisis averted. She wants in, I think, bud. You can leave that door open. Crazy kid. Okay, on the docket for today, now that I've wasted this whole video rambling about nothingness. Oh gosh. Okay. 2-year-old's having yet another meltdown, but we're just going to have to power through, you guys, because I don't think I can stop them anymore at this point. We are clearly going through some type of, phase. Like a developmental burst, and it's causing things. Yes. It's okay. She's playing with Jerry. It's okay right now. Are you really going to cry until the dog comes in the fence? Yeah? No, Bun. Zoe's trying to play with Jerry, and Bun is freaking out that is a bad dog and she is not allowed to do that. And so she is going to lose her mind and throw a fit in her empty little turtle pool until Zoe comes inside. So I said, are you really going to freak out until Zoe comes in? And she said, yeah.
Zoe, what you doing? Why are you on the other side of the fence?
She was... Okay, and now the whole fence is missed. Yeah, you got her. Thank you, Bun. Okay, the dog is back in the fence. Everybody calm down, okay? You tell her, bad dog. Do you need help now, Dad?
I think so.
He thinks so. Okay, so now that this video Keeps going longer and longer. The point of what I want to try to get done today, that's what I was going to share. So on the docket today, I am going to test out a recipe in a old bread maker that I got from the thrift store. So you guys have probably seen before, I purchased a bread maker from a thrift store like last year. We were doing a thrift store challenge, trying to make sure that we thrifted our stuff before buying from a big box store, which we had all plans and intentions to continue to do this year until everything happened. All the thrift stores shut down. And so there have been a few things we've had to just go and get because we really had no choice. And then having to get stuff online and get it sent in and things like that. So 2 of our thrift stores in town have opened back up. Which has been fantastic, and love seeing that, so that way things can be going back into the local community here. The problem was with my bread maker that I had bought last year is I didn't know what all to look for when I bought it. So when I got home, I found things like the paddle was missing, and I think there was something else that was missing too, a couple little parts that I didn't realize when I looked at it. It looked good and it powered on and things like that. And then when I started researching into getting replacement parts, apparently it can be a huge hit or miss deal. A lot of the replacement parts, it's, some people they work, some they don't. And the whole thing was kind of just a mess. And then my friend brought me over her bread maker because she was like, oh, I don't really use it anymore. You can have mine. Same thing. The paddle was missing. She had cleaned it out and had all the pieces sitting out. And I think the kids accidentally, they threw some stuff away, and the paddle was in the mix of stuff that got thrown away. So then I had 2 bread makers at my house. Neither of them were usable, and it kind of was just a silly thing. But then wintertime came, and I had no problem baking our bread in the oven, so that was fine. Fast forward to now. What's the matter? Okay. So I really wanted to get a bread maker because I love making our own bread. It's so much healthier in all the reasons. It's great. And there's nothing like homemade bread. So I wanted to kind of stay in the habit of doing that, so that way we weren't buying bread, we were making our own. And
she can't read. Gigi has no idea what she's doing.
Okay, then sit by her and help her. The thing is, though, with the hotter months coming, is to have the oven going. I have to make bread at least a few times a week with this many people. And so when it's really hot, the last thing I want to be doing is having the oven going. So I thought having a bread maker might be a great kind of solution to that. So for $12, I found a bread maker. Oh, the joys of a 2-year-old, you guys. Okay, I wanted to use the bread machine, so I'm not running the oven. That was the whole point of what I was trying to say. I could have responded. I could have done this in like 20 seconds. So you guys are like, please, lady, come on. So I found a recipe that I want to go ahead and try out. I have always made bread like myself. I've never actually used a bread maker. I remember my mom had one when we were kids and they first came out, and it was like the really cool thing to get, and she got one I think for my aunt, and so she would make stuff, and it was always so super exciting to just like go over to that magical little contraption, and like a fresh loaf of bread was there. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try out one of those recipes, and we'll see how it turns out. I do not have any bread flour on hand, which I know is best to have kind of that lighter, fluffier loaf. But I don't have any, so we're just going to make do with what we've got and try it out and see how it works out. But I figured I'd share that with you guys. I got it for $12 at the thrift store. And yeah, I think it, if it works out, it could be a really cool thing. I can teach the kids. I mean, Travis and Lily, they could easily do this themselves to kind of, have that be a job that they're going to do to keep bread going. It gets just too hot in the summer for us to have the oven going all the time. So even the heat that the bread maker might, kind of let out is going to be far less than having the oven going. So for us, if we can find a way to keep bread going without having to turn on the oven, that's a really, really, really big win in our house. So I want to get that done today. I also want to go ahead and get some of these bulbs in the ground as I kind of try to plot out a little bit of garden beds up here. I am in a bit of a predicament when it comes to my gardening. We did not start our vegetable garden like we had planned to, because before all of this pandemic craziness took out, it was looking like by this time right now, we actually were going to be doing a little bit of traveling. Which obviously now everything is thrown off. So we still have some kind of crazy big family stuff that we would ask you all to keep in prayer for us if you could, with some things that might be coming up possibly later this summer into the fall, depending on all of these things and what's going on. So I don't really have too many details to share yet, but we didn't do that because it was kind of one of those like, well, we're not going to be able to take care of it. Probably not what we're going to do. So we didn't do a vegetable garden, but like I said, I've been collecting some stuff and getting some goodies from family and friends and things with my different flowers that I would love to grow. So I want to go ahead and get those in the ground and kind of plan out up here. My predicament being is I shared with you guys how we fenced in this little area up here for Olivia. So she has a safe space up here that she can run around and play in and not hopefully escape once we get it fixed over there and she can't get out on her own. That also keeps her away from the pool and things like that for safety. So the other thing is this keeps the chickens out from being up here because chickens poop a ton. It is ridiculous. And when we got our chickens, we knew we wanted to free range them. I think there's something just so, I don't know. I think it's just a really good way to go. But when you free range chickens, it means your chickens poop everywhere and destroy all of your plants, which I knew and I read going into it, but I still, I don't know. There's like that. It's just the best life for them. So to take that away from them, especially when we have 8 acres and the woods behind us that they forage through, to take that away, I don't know, I feel awful about it. So we've fenced them out so the chickens don't get up here most of the time. So my predicament being that if I plant stuff outside of my little fenced in area, the chickens can get it. Some things they leave alone, some things they don't. I also have a couple little like garden beds that I had already created outside of the fence that I had wood chipped, really lush, filling, and it had everything looking really good. I've got some little gardenias growing out there, a few different things. And the chickens, although they don't mess with those plants, they're constantly scratching over there. And so the mulching that I did always looks like a wreck, basically. So it's kind of one of those, if I put it out there, the chickens are probably going to destroy it. So then the answer would be to plant everything in here in the fenced in area where the chickens aren't. But what's in here? The 2-year-old. So I feel like I would have better luck at least teaching the 2-year-old not to mess with this stuff. Also, I've always kept plants everywhere her whole life through the house. So she's usually pretty good about knowing not to mess in the pots, and in the plants. It's not a perfect science, but I think, again, I have better luck with her than I do with the chickens. But I think I'm going to need to go and check out, we have a salvage yard at the end of the road, just down the road a little ways from us, and see if I can get maybe some like pavers or bricks or something to try to create like a set space for the things that I plant. And maybe that might help my whole debacle of trying to grow things with, toddlers and chickens, because it's a difficult process. So I want to maybe work on that a little bit today is my goal in all of this. So make some bread in the bread maker, hopefully get some bulbs planted in the ground. And if not, and none of this works, then I'll just get more containers and everything will be in a container and nothing will be in the ground. And I can put like netting or chicken wire or something over it to hopefully try to protect it. I don't know. We'll see. So that's my plan. That's my goal. And that's kind of it. I didn't really plan much of anything else. I'm trying to, with being tired and we've got a lot of work in the house that we need to finish up. And so I really want to go from like room to room working on things and getting stuff done, which of course we'll share with you guys. But I'm trying to pace myself, because I'm going stir crazy, not feeling good and not being able to complete all of the projects I want to be completing, but trying to give myself just a couple little things each day to kind of focus on and get to, and then everything else will happen one day. Will you plug it in, please? All right, let's go in and try out this bread. Alrighty, guys, this is the one that we got here, this Bread Factory Plus that I got from Salvation Army. I try to get their sticker off and it won't come off. But it's got everything in here. I just rinsed it again. It's got the piece down there. It actually had the paddle in there. Not that my camera will focus, apparently. Hello. There we go. It's got the paddle. It marks on the, which is the front. So I can put that in, pop that down into place, and then you go through and it's got all these different options and stuff that you can poke through in here. So for this recipe, super duper simple. Warm water, oil, salt, a little sugar. I just have an all-purpose organic flour, and then some yeast. So I'm going to go ahead. It seems to be super easy. So those of you who are used to using the bread makers, you can tell us. But it seems like you basically just dump all of the ingredients in here. There's an order, literally from water, oil, salt, sugar, whatever. You put it in that order. Put a little indent in the top of the flour for the yeast to set in. And then select whatever options you want it to be. Press start and let it go, and in about 3 or so hours you have a fresh loaf of bread. There's no nuggets in there at all?
Nope, Jeff, go to bed.
You guys, this shake is so good that I've been like, I don't know. I've been so hungry for this and thinking about it since yesterday. So definitely a win in my book. I will link it down below if any of you are interested in looking for something like this, but it's so good. So look how much I've accomplished already today, and I'm not completely exhausting myself. Bread is going in the bread maker, which is super exciting. It'll probably be like the first time I use the Instant Pot where I just end up like watching it the whole time. So I'm not really saving time because I'm just watching it the whole time, but it's exciting to use. I'm gonna enjoy my shake, come sit down. We're kind of just keeping the house, doing a little bit of quiet time right now so we can get Olivia down for a nap. And then this afternoon I can go out and tinker around in the garden. So this is the chicken who hasn't been feeling so good. What's up, MJ? How you feeling, love? Your face looks much better than it did this morning. What's going on with you, huh? What's going on with you? He's so pretty. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her, guys. Poor little thing. And then there's Mitchell, who's apparently... We always seem to have one chicken that's just like the loudest, most personable and like in your face one. It used to be our chicken Bunny, who went MIA a while back, and then it became Coco, and then Coco got by a wolf or fox or something. It was awful. And now Mitchell has like happily taken up that spot. Huh, Miss Mitchell. Crazy birds. All right, it's still going. Baking away. I can't see anymore what's happening. But it's smelling good. In an hour and 42 minutes, we should, magically have a loaf of bread. What are you doing?
Watching Cody Peterson, but I accidentally got off.
Watching Cody Peterson? What do you want to be doing?
Playing video games.
No.
Eating something because I'm hungry.
What do you want to be doing that you've been asking and asking about for hours now?
Play video games.
No. No.
Nintendo
video
Switch?
games. No.
What is it?
Swim in the pool. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
You've been asking me this since like this morning. When can we swim? Can we swim? Can we swim?
Can we?
You have shoes on my couch. You're gonna make me have a heart attack. Now you have feet on my couch. You'll make your mama cry. Okay. Would you girls like to come outside and go swimming? Okay. You're too close. Stop it. What was that again?
YES.
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 Okay. Come on, girls.
Can we play video games after?
No, nobody's playing video games. Oh my word.
Get the pool cover off.
Excuse you. How do you ask for something? Please.
Pool cover.
All right, I gotta put this in it.
Like that.
Let's see. Ooh, yeah, it's cold. It feels good. You guys don't play with that. It's got baking soda and stuff in it to keep the pool clean. So you know what? Let me get the pool cover open for them, and I'll share with you guys my maybe projects we might work on. How warm do you think it'll be today?
Pretty warm. I'm going to say no. This scary. Me struggling trying. This is scary. There's ants. Oh yeah. I got the hair. Okay.
Ants.
You know I'm recording you.
You ready to go swim?
Yes.
You can go underwater?
No. No, she has to use the floating first.
Let's see, we're almost, about 68? We're almost to 70. You guys are getting there.
See, can you hand
All right.
me the donut?
Get in, go get it.
I'll go grab that.
Oh, you're not going to get in and get it? All right, you and your donut. Best $4.97 I've ever spent. Hurry, go get it. Go get it. Lily, push it back for her, sweetie. Yes, you can, Lily Blair.
Oh, I gotta go. There, see, you'll grab it. Let me just grab mine. Oh, let me get mine. Okay, then. Grab mine. Donut. Grab away. Keep getting eaten alive by ants.
Oh, there's only one towel here on the thing. Somebody doesn't have a towel. So kind of you, Lily.
Thank you, Lily, for that. You're one that touched the strawberry. I know how that's cold. Okay. This is the definition of cold.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh, you're flying.
Is it super cold?
You're swimming.
You trying to stay up on your donut?
My donut, come back, my love. Don't leave me. You taste delicious, by the way. Oh, yikes! 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 That's
Little chilly?
yeah, just a little bit. But look at me. Okay. Alright. I can't.
How you doing, Lil?
You gotta buy a
You're pretty comfy.
Alright, Mom, I need something to grab onto. Woo! Spin the lily, spin.
So while I wait for the bread to finish,
Making bread?
in the bread baker. Do you guys not pay any attention to anything? They really don't. There's Zoe back there doing who knows what. Well, they are being crazy kids. I figured I might as well share with you guys some thoughts and plans that we've been talking about, especially the Homemaker series, making home work for us and making changes and just being intentional about the things that we do, the projects that we work on, the money that we do spend, that we're focusing on the things that really work best for our family and for our home. We're total homebodies before everybody was told to stay at home. So we usually try to be, you're being very loud, thank you. We usually try to be pretty intentional about what we're doing and having the things at home that the kids love, and it really brings the family together, and it helps us to just really spend a lot of time together and be interactive with one another in our time together. So obviously a big part of that was getting this pool, which I'm really excited about. We got a really great deal on, especially now that those kind of the prettier like steel framed ones are getting so big. These older easy set ones are getting a lot cheaper, which is super cool for us. So you just blow up the little ring and then fill it up with water and it lifts up. You've got to have the ground pretty level in order for this to work out. We didn't have it perfectly level, so the further side with the ladder is not quite as deep, but it's fine. It really isn't that big of a deal. And then we just measured before we picked out a pool. I wanted to make sure that even our youngest, Virginia, not the 2-year-old obviously, but even Virginia being in here, that even at the deepest possible way it could be, I wanted to make sure that she could still put her feet down and always be able to stand up just fine. And this gives her plenty of room, but yet is deep enough that even like our teenager and us, we can get in it and enjoy and cool off. Because especially come summertime here in the South, we're gonna need this. So I'll share with you guys just a couple preliminary thoughts we've been kicking around. We have an odd mix of old supplies and stuff that have been left in this barn, things that we've collected over time. And then we have a surplus store just down the road that has a bunch of stuff like that they get into that we might be able to little bit by little bit kind of piece together a couple of these different little projects. Our thoughts anyways going into this, but trying to make a space out here that really does work for the whole family to come together and play and enjoy. So I'll share with you guys what I'm thinking anyways. So over there is kind of our closed in area. You can see my swing there where we have for the baby. And then those kennels there are where the chickens sleep at night. And then that's Jerry Boy, but he runs and he's a bad dog. So we have this big long line that goes up this whole way with a chain off of it. So when he's out here during the day, he can run around and do whatever things he wants to do. Hun, Jerry Boy. And various chickens napping in various areas. Okay, but over here, that's where we had built the chicken pen kind of into this. We have this big sloping hill here, and so last winter before, we kind of built them a little pen back into there. We tried to add to it and have it in there, but then the wolf was still getting in there and getting them, or the fox or the coyote, whatever the heck it is that's getting them. And so that's when I said forget it. We put them in the kennels, and so we're dismantling all of this. This is also where our chickens love to dust bathe. I don't know why I said dust bath, but the chickens have done all of this. All of this tearing up has been chicken mess. This is where they love to dust bathe, and then the kids come and they use it as like a sandbox as well, so it's kind of an overall mess. But We're going to finish dismantling all of this and get the rest of it pulled down into the barn and put away. And so my thoughts being here, if we have the pool here, I've used this post here and added on hooks for the kids to hang their towels when they get done. We want to get a few pavers and do kind of around the front little corner area here, a little bit of paver action. They've got some we have a handful, and then I found some at that salvage yard super duper cheap, so we could take like, $20 and get oodles of pavers to put around here, so that way there is a clear, clean area for them to stand on. Right now there's a bunch of dirt and stuff right there, so it's so hard for them not to track stuff into the pool, but we want to put that around there. I will probably end up adding probably a couple plants on each side, just because you know me and I love my plants. And so we'll probably get a couple of those to kind of add over here. I probably also will use this post, and to the trees, I have a lot of like outdoor bistro lights and things like that. We have a handful down in our courtyard. You probably can't see them, but going down over here all through the trees, we have them down there in the courtyard and the chandeliers. So I'll probably add some up here. And then my brother had been looking, and we found like an outdoor rocking chair. So when I come out here and sit with the kids while they're in the pool, because there's no way I can swim as much as they want to. But that way I would like to maybe get an outdoor rug if I can find one relatively inexpensive, because they're all so ridiculously expensive. But if we could do, is there a hawk up there? But if we could put a little rug here with the couple outdoor chairs, and then some pavers here so that way the kids can get in without stepping in the sand. A couple plants over there, some bistro lights maybe over here.
Don't need plants.
But we need plants to jazz up the beauty of our big blue blob. And then I'm contemplating, because we get some good sunlight over here, possibly taking, once all of this stuff gets cleaned up, possibly doing a little bit of garden area out here. If I can put, I don't know, it kind of depends on how brave I'm feeling to try to keep these guys out of it. But the thought of having...
You plant will be uprooted.
Okay, can you stop ruining my dreams while I do this? Travis is ruining my life. But having the chairs and maybe a little rug and something to sit here to be able to enjoy the pool and hang out, and maybe it might just be a few potted things up here versus putting in a garden, and maybe I won't have to fight the chickens quite as much. I don't know. But that's my thought. Anything else you need to add?
Yeah.
What?
Can you go inside and help watch the baby so I can play in the pool?
Did she wake up?
Yeah, she's making some noises.
Okay, yep. I'll go get her so you can come play. I was doing this until she woke up. Look at that. If we could just be a chicken. Eating the sand? Crazy chicken. right, guys. It says cooling and has 0. Look at that. Woo, steamed up my camera. It like overflowed. So I don't really know. We'll give it a little more time and see what exactly it does, because it is still super duper hot, but it looks like we've got a big old loaf of bread. So we'll just leave it be for a minute longer. All right, so we ended up with a little bit of a pool debacle, aka a screw got dropped in the pool, which is, you know, kind of awful and not what we want to have happen whatsoever. So we finally got that out. Now it's being vacuumed. All of the things are done. I did put some bulbs in the ground, so I got 2 of the peonies planted, 1 of the stargazer lilies, the elephant ears, and oh wait, maybe another peony too. I did some in containers, some in the ground. So anyways, some of the flowers got planted, which is super exciting. I also moved around a few other things that either needed to go into bigger pots, some things I moved into the ground out of pots, and things like that. So everything has been planted. I got some stuff done, so at least I can feel a little bit successful with my day. The kids are all inside now. They are pretty tuckered out. They have been playing really, really super hard today. Anyways, that was it for our fun day, I suppose. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get my shower and put on my PJs and curl up with the kiddos. We had started doing family movie night last night, but it was too late. We didn't get to finish our movie, so tonight we're finishing. We are watching Paul Washer's favorite movie, Nacho Libre, with the kids. So we're finishing that up tonight. And yeah, kind of a low-key evening for us. I stuck to my diet, not a diet to lose weight, but just eating healthy. But I stuck to it. I took my supplements today. I drank my shake, which was delicious. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I'm drinking that. Thank you, Lex, for the recommendation. And then we did a kind of lunch dinner meal, which I didn't even finish. It was like a protein pack kind of burrito bowl. I did not add in my dairy like I usually do. So I'm feeling I did a good job. I don't think I've ever said no to dairy, so I'm doing it. But I even have a little bit left. So before my eating window closes up, I'm gonna go finish eating my food, and then yeah, I guess that's it for our Tuesday already. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Also forgot to share that I did get the bread out, minus it being much bigger than it should have been. It looks delicious. They have not tried it yet. I haven't got some chunks that came out, but it looks really good. I'm going to cut it up and we'll let you know tomorrow how they liked it.